NASA just released something they've been sitting on. And when you understand what it means, really understand it, you won't look at our solar system the same way again. The planet closest to our sun, the one we assumed was a dead, roasted rock, is cracking open. Not billions of years ago. Not in some distant geological past. Right now. As you watch this video, the surface of Mercury is splitting apart. The ground is buckling. Massive cliffs are tearing open across the landscape. And scientists cannot fully explain why it hasn't stopped. This is not a theory. This is what NASA's data is telling us. And it gets worse. Mercury is not just splitting, it is tearing itself apart. Imagine standing on ground that is pushing upward into a wall of rock. A cliff so tall it would swallow a city skyline. These are not scars from some ancient trauma. They are fresh wounds, slicing through craters and plains, stretching for hundreds of kilometers. Some of these cliffs, called lobate scarps, rise nearly 2 kilometers above the shattered surface. The ground is folding, buckling, and snapping right now as the planet shrinks beneath its own skin. If you could walk across Mercury, you would see the crust twisted and broken, cliffs looming where the ground has been forced upward by unstoppable pressure. This is not a dead world. It is a planet in the grip of something violent and ongoing, reshaping itself in real time. And no one is certain how much worse it could get. For decades, Mercury was written off as a planetary fossil. After Mariner 10's flybys in the mid-1970s, the story seemed settled. This was a dead world, frozen in time. Its surface battered and ancient. Its volcanic fires long extinguished. NASA's own reports called it geologically dead. Textbooks and conferences echoed the same verdict. Mercury had cooled so quickly there was no chance anything inside was still moving. The planet became a scientific afterthought, a relic from the dawn of the solar system, left out of bold new theories and mission plans. For nearly 30 years, no one expected surprises from this tiny, sun-baked world. The consensus was so strong, even hints of fresh features were brushed aside as illusions or mistakes. That complacency would make what came next all the more shocking. Deep beneath Mercury's shattered crust lies its secret engine, a core so oversized it dominates the planet's entire radius. Mercury's core swallows up more than 4/5 of the planet's diameter, a ball of iron and nickel still in the process of freezing solid. As the core cools, it does not just shrink quietly. The metal inside is slowly crystallizing, releasing latent heat and forcing the entire planet to contract. The process is relentless. Every fraction of a millimeter, the core shrinks. The crust is forced to buckle, fold, and snap. Over billions of years, Mercury has lost up to 7 kilometers from its radius. That's not a surface scratch. It's the whole planet squeezing inward, crushing the rocky shell above. The numbers are staggering. A world losing kilometers of size, all because its molten heart is turning to solid metal. This is not a gentle transformation. It's a planetary death grip, tightening with every passing million years. Step onto Mercury, and you are not just visiting another planet, you are stepping into a nightmare. There is no air to breathe, no wind, no sound, just silence and a crushing black sky. The sun burns so close it turns the surface to molten silver by day, roasting everything at nearly 430 degrees Celsius. But when the sun dips away, the ground plummets to minus 180 degrees Celsius. Metal would shatter, skin would freeze solid in seconds. And beneath your feet, the ground is not still. Scientists have calculated that Mercury's crust is under so much stress, it can snap without warning. Faults can rupture with the force of a magnitude 5 or 6 earthquake. Imagine the ground lurching, a cliff tearing open under your boots, with nothing but a bottomless drop and a sky as black as ink. On Mercury, the terror is not just the heat or the cold, it is the planet itself, alive and restless, waiting for its next violent move. Messenger shattered every old assumption. When NASA's orbiter slipped into Mercury's orbit in 2011, it did not just snap photos, it mapped the surface in razor-sharp detail, bounced lasers off the ground, and measured every wrinkle, crack, and rise. The data was not subtle. Scientists cataloged more than 5,000 thrust faults, also known as scarps, across the planet, some stretching for hundreds of kilometers, others slicing straight through young craters. Using fresh crater counts and high-resolution altimetry, scientists dated many of these faults to less than 300 million years old. That's yesterday on a planetary timescale. The evidence was undeniable. Mercury's crust is not just scarred. It is still shifting, still breaking, still alive. No model can explain how Mercury's faults look so young, or why the planet is still deforming now. The numbers do not add up. There is a gap between what we see and what science can prove. All eyes now turn to Bepi Colombo, set to arrive in 2026, armed with sharper instruments and a mission to answer what Messenger could not. Until then, the planet keeps its secrets, and the question hangs in the void. What else are we missing? Right under our noses. Right now, Mercury's crust keeps shifting. It's proof the universe hides chaos where we least expect it. Out here, even dead worlds can still move. What else are we missing?